Okay, guys, welcome back to the show. I'm doing something a little different today. Um, Partially out of necessity, partially because I wanted to change things up a little bit and kind of give you guys a little bit of a look into the way that I try to learn this game. Because there might be people out there who are, well, actually, no. Well, no, this is a maybe. There might be people out there that are worse than me because I'm pretty terrible at this game. Um, but so I wanted to walk through kind of like how I'm learning this game. And this game in particular, and I'm going to pause it before things get kicked off. So I played this a couple nights ago. I played against this guy, I think 3 times in that night. I think I beat him once, and then he bested me the other 2 times. This was one of the times that he beat me. But the way that he beat me, I just realized that I had a lot to learn. As far as unit management, deployment, creation, queuing, etc. And so whenever I have games like this, usually what I try and do is I try and go back and watch the game as an observer perspective, see what the other guy is doing, because it's easy to get like kind of lost in or panicking whenever you're kind of playing. So we'll kind of walk through what he's doing, what he might be doing differently than me. So different civs. I was trying to go with, or factions, I guess. I was trying to go with Seraphim to just get a little better because I've been playing Cybern a lot. So decided to change things up a little bit. But he's also much higher rated than I am, 215 points over me. So anyway, yeah, we'll go ahead and watch this guy start. So he goes a couple engineers right off the bat. Looks like 3 engineers. He sends his commander right off. This was something that I ran into that was a little bit of a problem because my preferred thing to do is harass with either labs or with Seraphim combat, or Selens, I guess, combat scouts, yeah. So these guys are going to take off, and I think I queued up 4 and then just went straight engineers, and his commander is coming over here. One of my favorite things to do, though, is to send scouts to this area on this map to harass any engineers, and so this guy obviously saw ahead of that. So it looks like he is just going straight engineers. He's not really going for any defensive units yet. Yep, still got engineers queued up. He has one guy reclaiming right off the bat, goes for both hydros. Okay, so I mean overall, like a pretty kind of a similar start to me, just without the combat scouts. So as you can see, these 2 guys run basically straight into this comm, and he's just like kapew, kapew. So I do it a little differently. I'm guessing his way's better because he beat me. He also goes for more centralized manufacturing, I noticed. I usually try and set manufacturing in each starting location, which I think is also a little bit of a weakness. My column's also not really doing anything right now. So we'll bump this up a little bit just so that this is a little bit of a longer game. I think this game was like 30 minutes, so I don't want to have it take forever. But I do want to highlight a couple of things later on in the game. Combat scouts coming in. I completely missed that. All right, well, nice one, Hunter. Sets up 4 factories. So I think I did pick up on this guy. Yeah, I was able to get that guy. I think I got this guy too. Yeah. If I'm paying attention. Am I? Oh, this is great. Okay. So I've got my FAMs coming in, or I don't know how you actually pronounce that. So he's started sending units out the side. I'm trying to send units to counter. So backing this down, one thing that I did a terrible job at was having radar coverage. I did not do a good job. So I would have these units that would slip past different areas of my defenses. See, like right here. And so then I would have to be like calling units off of the front line to go up there and deal with it. Meanwhile, these 2 Mantis are just like running rampant. And I'm trying to go deal with these guys so that they don't kill my mexes. And then, you know, I've got these two guys doing the same thing. All the while, he's just got free reign to just produce units, send them forward. And he kept making these run-bys where he would just like literally send units down this left side. And because I didn't have radar there for so long, it threw me into like a panic cycle where like I wasn't paying attention and then I couldn't do anything about it. So I had to get a little bit of penetration here. But again, see, so I have like a squad here that's protecting these engineers, and he's just like, nope, I'm gonna ignore your squad, just run straight down the middle. I don't care if any of my units die. As long as I get into the back line, that's really all that matters here. The other thing I'm noticing is I need to do a better job of managing my air units, outside of the fact that this fighter's just going to die because he's on the ground. And also managing my skirmishes a little bit better. So as things develop, he's got all the factories cranking, and this is another thing that I want to, or maybe not slow it down, but highlight. So I am out-ecoing him at this point. Well, okay, I'm out-ecoing him from a resources gathered, or resource gather rate perspective. Not from a total resources gathered though, because I didn't do as good a job of reclaiming as he is doing with his units like back here. I have units back here, but these Mantis run-bys basically killed all of them. Okay. So here we go, another run-by. This one's gonna basically kill all these engineers. They were gonna try and get a point defense down. So I'll bump this up because again, this gets pretty similar. And so at this point where I kind of went from a mentality perspective was I just felt like in every single area he had more units than I did. And the reason why he did is because I kept sending armies and groups of units to go chase down these run-bys. And I would forget about where they were. Like, these guys are just chilling up there doing nothing. Same with this. All the while, these guys just like are rampaging through my base. So I needed to do a much better job of, I still don't think, do I even have radar yet? I still don't think I have radar yet. Okay, no, I do have radar at this point. And yeah, I kept letting it happen. So here's another run by. This one's gonna come up here. Just go straight down the middle here. And then right into the back line. And I react too late. So he wipes out that little group of units. And then splits up and goes after these guys. Wipes them out. Then just runs straight back into the back line again. I was able to stop all of his units that time, but again, beside the point. And here again, run by, just going straight in. Just running around all my forces every single time. And here's another attempt right here. It was just constant groups of units circling around my base. It was oh so annoying. I think I even have a tech advantage at this point because I think I am going for, or do I have Ilshivas? I don't think I have Ilshivas yet. Never mind. Gunships coming in, we're trying to deal with those. Got another very large run by on this side. And so, I mean, now where, you know, I was out ecoing him a lot, now I'm not out ecoing him like at all. He is ecoing far and above what I am. And I also don't really have that good of radar coverage. Like you can see, I don't even see like most of the stuff that is going on the map. Oh, that time I was actually able to give him a little bit of a taste of his own medicine. But then I just like stopped and let his units catch up to me, and then they killed me. And yep, that group is now dead. Good job, guys. It doesn't look like he has radar coverage either, which is weird. Maybe this just doesn't show radar? Oh no, it does. Okay. Yeah, so my comm is trying to help out. He's got rhinos, he's up to Tech 2. I've just got all these idle units just sitting around here, like a half-finished factory that I never did, mexes that I haven't capped. Like, I just felt like running circles this game because of these run-bys that threw me for such a loop initially. So at this point, and I realized this a little bit too late, but I needed to set up static emplacements. So I started getting AA turrets up to deal with the interceptors and scout planes that were going to be coming through. And then I think I tried at one point to get T2PD up. But again, it was just, it was a little bit of a too little too late kind of thing, and we can fast forward to whenever the PD is actually coming up, because again, there's an interesting point there as well. Alright, so here we go. We got our point defense up. But our point defense, if I go to my view, it only covers to this area. And I think I'm building point defense over here that only covers to this area. So, guess where the gap is? Just right down the middle here, and then around on the outsides. Just like he's been doing to me all game. So I set up this point defense, these point defense batteries in areas that didn't even really make sense. And don't even get started with me about all the reclaim that I'm missing out on right now. That's we're not even going to talk about that. We're going to pretend that that doesn't exist. Yeah, he goes in on this power generator. What I thought was so funny is I was like, I had like no build power and couldn't even build anything, that like that power generator didn't even work. Didn't even matter. That's where I was like, joke's on you. I didn't have enough build power for that PGen anyway to even use it. I don't even know why I built it. Which brings me probably to my last point, which is have a reason for everything that you do. I'm looking at this and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go rebuild this power generator now that I don't even really need. So I'm using mass that I don't have whenever I need to be getting these point defenses up so that he stops just running around me in circles. Or if I'm gonna go for something like this, I need to be setting up shield generators so that my guys can actually fire from a safe point without getting just overwhelmed all the time. Here, I mean, we got another run by. There's a weird there's some weird graphical effects whenever these bombs go into trees. It makes them like explode into little flowers. Probably make that the thumbnail. Okay, so I appreciate you guys dealing with this kind of ad hoc lesson, insight. I don't even know if it's a lesson. It's more just I wanted newer players to understand I think how to get better at this game, because this is something that I've used, and whenever I first started playing, I was like negative 300 rating on the ladder. And so going from negative 300 to about 700, which is where I am now, I'm going to call that a big improvement. And I feel like there's a lot of instances where newer players, they get into this game, and because the matchmaking is so terrible, it'll put them against players like me. I'm not a pro by any stretch, but if this game matches me against like a negative 300, which I think it did last night, that's just not fair for that guy. Unless that person is heavily smurfing, there's probably not going to be a realistic way that like a negative 300 has got a chance on the ladder, unless that person used to be like 900 and is constantly losing, just on purpose. And so I don't like seeing players get super disheartened whenever this kind of stuff happens. So wanted to hopefully, if there are any new players that watch this, maybe you guys will get a little bit of an insight as far as how I try and learn the game, and how I try to get better from my mistakes as well. So anyway, I think we'll stop it there. I'm pretty sure I control Cade here in a couple of minutes. Yeah, there we go. So anyway, we'll wrap up the video there. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are going to take away anything, take away that don't let people just like run by your armies into your backline. You will die. But anyway, until next time, I'll catch you guys later.